Hello, everyone, and welcome to WWH News Report for this week. I am Watchtower here, and we are going to discuss Showdown and WrestleMania 8. We'll be discussing the cards for both and predictions for who we think may get the win, at least for Showdown. WrestleMania is still being made, but that's for later. So for now, let's just talk Showdown. This week is taking place in San Diego, California, in the San Diego Sports Arena. Uh, We've already have 5 dark matches. However, I'm thinking of making that into a smaller show, kind of like how back then WWE or TNA, when they were around, they had the smaller shows like Explosion or Main Event, that type of deal. So I'm thinking about making something like that, to give everyone their shot, so to speak. So consider this kind of like Main Event or Superstars. So, but that was back then before we bought it out. So here we go. Match 1, we have De La Blaga, I think I said her name right, versus Ace Michaels versus Blade Vega. Blanca is making her debut. Ace Michaels, I believe this is his first or second match as a wrestler. He used to be a manager, but then decided to get in the ring. So this will be an interesting match to see how he does. Blade Vega, this will be his make or break match. It seems that he's been on a downward spiral, so we'll find out this week on if he has what it takes to get out of this. So match 2, we have a debut for Corey Black versus Tio Jacoba. This is Tio's last match, so it's basically a make or break situation. Corey is debuting, so this will be very interesting to see how well he does in the ring. Match 3, we have Carmella versus Lance Adams. Carmella has been wanting tougher matches, and she's been getting them. I believe last week she faced off against Phantom. Not last week, the week before, sorry. And she lost, but she still put up a really good run for his money, and she's kind of proving that she's a tough woman. So this week she's facing against one of the members of the Soulless Kingdom. So it'll be very interesting to see if Jacob Cass or even Dead Skull will be at ringside. Who knows? We don't know. Match 4, we have another debut. It's I believe is a debut. I could be wrong. It's Sabrina Bowe versus Evan Ashton, and these two are doing their best to show what they can do in the ring. This Sabrina is now more confident. Even though she lost, I believe, one match already, but still, everyone's got to start somewhere. So. And Evan Ashton, he's doing his best to prove that he can go and be one of the best singles wrestlers out there. So this is an interesting matchup to say the least. In the main event, it's Hannah versus Alicia Hicks. Last week on Showdown, Hannah came out and told Alicia, like, you and me in a match, and basically kind of costing her the match against Lacey Von Erich. So this is basically a small little feud boiling up. So we'll see how it goes. And Alicia's been on a downward spiral lately, so this could possibly pick her up. Who knows? Let's talk about the main card, and this is a packed card, so we'll go through them enough to where every person gets their fair share. So match 1 is a bra and panties match. This was an interesting match announced. Even Riley was a little surprised by it, but it is what it is. What can you do? Morgan McGinn versus Latoya Hicks, and it seems like Latoya agreed to it because Morgan is the one that made the call out. So in the end, the fans win. So I guess that's all that matters, right? Granted, they'll obviously be wrestling, but still, it's always good to see that. Match 2 is a fatal 4-way, and this one's going to be a very good match. It's Brady versus Chris Matthews versus Damage versus Scotty Beast. all four of these have been proving themselves a lot lately, and it seems no matter what, somebody's going to be very upset. They're going to be mad, and it's just going to be there's going to be carnage everywhere. And I think right now Brady needs to really watch himself since he is the hardcore champion. You know, if he gets pinned, any of these three guys could get a shot at his hardcore title at a later date. Or, you know, if whoever pins him could probably challenge him in another match if Brady is still a champion. And if he beats him, then they get a possible title shot at the hardcore championship at a later date if Brady is still champion. So that match is going to be a very good match to watch, and I'm looking forward to it. Match three, one half of the World Tag Team Champion, CM Punk, with Naomi Martin in his corner, going up against Soraya Waters. Soraya's been on a good roll, and I think her eyes are on the World Tag Team titles or even the International. She hasn't really said much lately, or she hasn't really told Riley what her goal is right now. But I think right now she's just trying to gather up wins to where she believes she's earned the shot. So it's understandable. CM Punk, he's basically showing everyone that he and Naomi are a great team. And I think this match will really prove if he's really tag team material or not per se tag team material, but that he's a good champion, that he can represent the tag team champions even in singles matches to show that even though him and Naomi are a great unit, he can still get the job done on his own, and same with Naomi too. Match four, this is the winner gets a spot on the international title ladder match that's happening at WrestleMania. It's a triple threat match. It's Chris Orton versus Sarah Frost versus Leah Rose or Leah Rose. I think I got that right anyway. Chris Orton, he's now divorced from last week. He's no longer with Harlow Michaels. And it seems that after that happened, he got this huge motivation and he defeated Dead Skull. So it's very interesting to see if what's going to happen for this match. Already there's predictions that Chris Orton may win this. At the same time, you have Sarah Frost, who's debuting on Showdown as well, and Leah Rose as well. Yeah, that sounds about right. And it'll be very interesting to see who will come out as the winner. All three of them have strong potentials to be international champion, at WrestleMania or in the future. So this is another match to look forward to. Match five, it's the number one contendership for the World Tag Team titles. It's the Order versus the High Spot Demons. This is going to be a match of the night for sure, or at least one of them. Finn Balor and Equinox have been on a huge roll ever since teaming up, and the Order has been on a massive streak as a tag team, even in singles matches too. And this will come down to who's the better challenger for the tag titles. Will it be the Order? Will it be the High Spot Demons? In the end, both teams are really really strong enough to carry the division. Even if they, let's just theorize that they both don't win the tag titles at WrestleMania, they're still a strong enough team to where they can carry it no matter what. And that's what the tag titles need, are strong tag teams. Match six, it's a pick your poison stipulation, and it's Jacob Kaz versus Nick Sanderson. This is going to be another match of the night. Last week, I believe it was either Jake Orton or Jacob Cass. I believe it was Jacob Cass, and he basically called Jake Orton out, saying, "I want to face you," and the same thing goes around for Jake Orton, saying, "I want to face you." However, they didn't realize that the international title is going to be in a ladder match, and it's a fatal four-way, so they didn't really think it through per se. But they wanted to see what they have to go up against the best, and Nick Sanderson and Randy Fields just don't like each other anyway. So this was kind of like twist things up, so to speak. So does Jacob Cass have what it takes to beat Sanderson? Maybe. It's a very what if situation. Sanderson, he's been on a roll, he's been winning, and same has Randy Fields. He just beat John Blade last week. And at the same time, Jake Gordon's been on a roll, and so has Jacob Cass. So all four of these have something to prove. If two of them have, need to prove that they can handle being in the main event spot or in the international title scene, and at the same time, Randy Fields and Nick Sanderson, they just want to get their hands on each other, but it seems like they have these obstacles in their way. So it's a win-win for the fans, and it could be a lose-lose for some of them. Also scheduled to appear, Lacey Von Erich, Scotty Beast, he asked for time, Bailey, Dead Skull, Juniper Stevens, and Stefan Rab. So that's Showdown. So let's talk about WrestleMania 8 and just basically talk about what's happening and who's scheduled to appear. And we have a lot of appearances happening throughout Las Vegas because that's where it's taking place. It's the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Tickets are already close to being sold out. There's the cheap seats, and we do have some bundle packages as well to do meet and greets with some of the wrestlers. So we already sold out the gold and silver. We just have the bronze, and I think there's like maybe 100 left. But the bronze is you get the tickets, you get to be in the VIP, and you can decide on which three wrestlers you can get meet and hang out with for an hour and just pick their minds and get a couple of signatures, that type of deal. So we'll be releasing that later on, I believe, in the WWH.com section. So keep an eye on that. But let's get down to it. Match 1 is the gauntlet match for the Bombshells Championship. It's Morgan McGinn versus Bailey versus 3 other people. I still haven't decided who the other 3 are going to be. It may be 6 bombshells, but it's very tough to tell who I want or who are worthy of getting the shot. Morgan has been proving that she's a strong champion, but there are some bombshells that have been proving that they have earned at least a shot at this match. So after Showdown this week, it could add 2 more bombshells or 1, or it'll probably still stay the same. I haven't decided yet. Match 2 has not been announced yet, but from the looks of it, it could possibly be just maybe a filler match. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet, but it seems like there's possibly another feud being built, so that spot may get it. Match 3 is the Hardcore Championship. Is a triple threat hardcore match, I guess you could say, and it's Brady versus Caleb Foster versus Blackout. So Brady is the hardcore champion. He defeated Caleb Foster at Road to WrestleMania. Blackout won the stipulation at the Royal Rumble, where he was the last demolition guy in the ring. So he's earned that hardcore title shot at WrestleMania. So everything is now closing in. Will Brady be able to retain the title, or will Foster or Blackout walk out as champion? We don't know. Match 4 is a special challenge that Stefan Rab makes. So far, we haven't heard a response yet, but that could all change come Showdown. That is still up in the air. Stefan showed that he can still go. He proved it at the Royal Rumble. So WrestleMania, he wants another match to prove that he can still go. Will this be a preview of him possibly going as a full-time wrestler? Maybe, but he hasn't really said anything else about that. So it's up in the air still. Match 5, Finn Balor versus Damage in a Burn with Chains match, I believe it's called. Haven't really looked into what this match type is, but it would seem Finn Balor and Damage just don't like each other. They've been attacking each other every week. One week it's Damage, one week it's Finn, and so on and so forth. So this match, it's basically just the end of the line. It seems. Damage wants to really hurt Finn. Finn just wants to hurt Damage. It's a very exciting match to see. Match 6, it's the World Tag Team titles. It's Naomi Martin and CM Punk versus either the Order or the High Spot Demons. Both of these teams are very worthy of the tag title. It's going to be interesting because I know Naomi and CM Punk are going to be watching that match closely. So, after CM Punk has his match, most likely they're going to be probably coming down to ringside and watch or even cause chaos or something, but they're going to make themselves known most likely. And this would be a huge motivation for Equinox and Finn Balor since they've been one of the top teams, but the same thing goes for the Order. So we won't know until after Showdown on who the team will be. Match 7, it's The Rock versus Chris Matthews. This match is a big match for Chris because he joined forces with Randy Fields, and they both attacked Nick Sanderson at Road to WrestleMania. However, The Rock intervened and attacked Matthews to even it out, and Randy Fields basically took off as that was happening. Now, it seems Matthews just didn't like what The Rock did, and he even called him out last week and basically stating that The Rock is a coward. So this is going to be boiling up very quickly. I can already tell, at least for this showdown this week. Will The Rock answer? Maybe. Who knows? We don't know. He's been pretty quiet on it. So again, tune into Showdown. Match 8, it's the International Championship, and it's a fatal 4-way ladder match. It's Jacob Kaz versus Jake Orton versus 2 others. And like I said on Showdown, one of the matches, it'll be for a spot on that ladder match. So, and then the next week will be the final spot. So Jacob Cass and Jake Gordon will be getting their hands on each other, but they still have to worry about 2 other people gunning for that title. So the odds are basically against Jacob, and he doesn't seem to be what's the word? He's immune to it. Like, he doesn't care because he's already showing that he's the man. He's the champion. He can withstand it. But then you have Jake Orton, and then either Sarah Frost, Leah Rose, Chris Orton stating like, "Hey, we're gunning for it too." And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And then finally, the main event, it's the World Heavyweight title. It's Randy Fields versus Nick Sanderson. This has been boiling up since the Royal Rumble. Ever since Nick Sanderson won the Royal Rumble match, Randy Fields defeated Demi May, and now at Road to WrestleMania, Nick Sanderson defeated Matthews, and then Randy Fields attacks him, and that's where the whole joining forces with Chris Matthews came to be. So Nick is not happy, at least with Fields. He really wants to get his hands on him. Same thing for Fields with Sanderson. They just don't like each other. And then you have the biggest prize in the whole world, the most prestigious prize, and that's the World Heavyweight Championship. And to Nick, that's the big goal as well, but I think his other goal is just to defeat Randy Fields. And that could be said the same for Randy Fields. I mean, he wants to retain, but he also wants to put Sanderson down. It's like what Bobby Heenan said back then in the 90s. If you're a champion, he said like to the challengers, this person, I guess I'll say it in a way that would make more sense. Like, Randy Fields doesn't need to beat Nick Sanderson. Nick Sanderson needs to beat Randy Fields. because Randy could just get out of the ring and be counted out, and he'll still retain the title. You know, and Nick's and if that were to happen, if he tries to do his sneaky ways, Nick Sanderson is going to do his best to make sure that doesn't happen. So this match is a long time coming, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all these matches. I mean, there's still a couple that need to be filled, but all these matches are ready to go as far as that's already been filled. And I think this WrestleMania is going to be great. It's going to take place. We're already construction's already happening for the stage and the ring at the Motor Speedway. Also, we've already made plans for WrestleMania week at Las Vegas. So a lot of things are going to be happening. A lot of appearances, a lot of stuff for the Fan Fest, and we may have Super Showdown there as well at the Motor Speedway to kind of give you an idea, or at least give the wrestlers that are booked on Super Showdown an idea of what it's going to look like for WrestleMania. So, I mean, it won't be in the same ring. It'll probably be at FanFest, but still, it may we don't know, we don't even know if Super Showdown is going to be happening, because depending on how the card is built, everyone might be on the card. We don't know for sure. So that's pretty much all I have for the news report. Also, the next pay-per-view after WrestleMania is Proving Ground. So I guess you can say it's kind of like a reset. Everyone is a clean slate, and then we just go on to a new season, I guess you can say. So I guess that's it for the news report. So thank you once again for listening in and just being part of World Wrestling Headquarters. Make sure to follow, subscribe, add us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at WWH, and make sure to check out Showdown this week. It's a very packed card, and a lot of things are going to be happening, and there will be an after show after Showdown, so be on the lookout for that. There will be interview podcasts coming up. I think I have 2 or 3 interviews coming up, so we'll see how that goes. So thank you everyone once again, and have a good night, and see you guys this Thursday. See ya.